So, my work in progress, and as you guys already know the glorious title, I accidentally reanimated the Billionaire's Hellhound, is a paranormal rom-com. It's very different from the Cedric series, very different from even V.C. Willis, right? Though I have comical moments, those series, the Cedric series and the Trapon Family Saga, it's not to the level of the short stories that I write under Honey Cummings, which is probably the closest rom-coms I have published right now. But I do enjoy a rom-com. I love reading rom-coms. They're like my go-to feel-good movie and a show. I like rom-com K-dramas. Heartbeat was a great time on Amazon Prime. It's a vampire story that is also a rom-com drama. So as a reader and viewer and audience, I like those things. I like to think I'm funny. I know I get you guys laughing on panels, but it has been an experience writing this novel, aiming to be a paranormal rom-com. And with the challenges of it being a standalone has definitely, I'm sweating. I'm working hard over here writing this one. And that's okay, because I think I needed a challenge. I also needed something to come up for air. I could only write so much dark fantasy and broodiness before I need some sunshine. Some laugh out loud moments, some classic saucy contemporary romance kind of scenes here and there with a little dash of magic thrown in. We have a hellhound whose saliva burns through tile floors if you haven't put the right enchantments down. And don't let him in the bedroom. Don't want him setting the bed on fire. These are all things mentioned in the novel so far, but I like the idea that I'm using these and this isn't going to be the only standalone that I write in that crazy world that I've built, but it gives me an excuse. One, I am still pulling in all my crazy research and mythology and monsters in a new way, a more friendly way. I'm not making my characters battle to the death with the monsters in this series, so it's a very different use than what I've been doing that research for. I like the fact that I get to write more in a world that is our world, so there's less anxiety of world building for me. You should see my world building maps for my other series. I have folded digitally, and I have used Google Sites to build wiki pages for myself, and I can't wait until I can hand this off to you guys, and you guys can totally take it over, and then I'll do like some of these other big authors and be like, hey, I need help remembering a thing. But I remember and retain a lot of my character stuff. It's sometimes crazy to know how much I remember. Even from Cedric, who was my debut, so then in 2010, when I released that novel originally. But yeah, this recent rom-com, romance comedy, I am dipping my toes, maybe I'm sloshing my feet into that water and giving it a real try, a full-blown try, not playing with it like I've played with it in the Honey Cummings shorts and novellas, but full-blown, can I sustain a rich plot and some character development while constantly making you guys scoff, roll your eyes, snort, and laugh out loud, right? I like the idea that I will be making you guys grin about the ridiculousness of it all. I think so far from because I'm in revision, so I've reread a couple of things. I've shared snippets with my writing partners, and they're obsessed. They think it's hilarious, and they can't wait to see how certain things unfold and how I develop it further. So I've already got 2 main alpha readers lined up for my writing crew. One writer absolutely knows her ins and outs of rom-com. She's a rom-com writer. That is her passion. I want feedback from her. The other one is Amanda Fasciano, and she writes amazing contemporary urban fantasy vibes. It's not that I haven't written urban fantasy vibing stuff between Honey Cummings and even my Tattooed Angels trilogy, which is something I wrote in high school and developed later with the help of my editors. But it's the whole idea that I'm going to have those two forces that have the heavy load of the paranormal and the mythology and monsters, and the other one of the rom-com contemporary relationship writing, and make sure that I balance this in a way that makes sense. I'm already breaking a lot of rules with this rom-com. I am breaking word count than what the commercially standard and expectation is for the genre. I am mixing a lot. This is technically a paranormal urban fantasy billionaire rom-com. That's a long line, though I have shortened it to paranormal rom-com because I think it captures what's going on in my intent. But between the two of them, I feel as alpha readers, they should be able to help me with developmental edits and make sure that I haven't left you guys out to dry anywhere, that I haven't pushed too far or too little in different areas for this work in progress. But no, sometimes the dark fantasy gal's gotta come up for air, and the rom-com is chef's kiss, really doing it for me. And I can't wait to share some more of it with you guys. If you're curious how it's going, I have posted chapters 1 and 2 of it on my other site. If you're curious of the comedy aspects of my honeycombing stuff, there are free ebooks in my author store that you can pick up. One is Beau and Professor Bishilora, which is sort of a play of Beauty and the Beast, but kind of a contemporary urban erotic rom-com style short story. And Laying with a Lady in Blue, which is novella and more of the cryptid ghost type of rom-coms that I've been writing to date. I think I can do this, guys. So stick with me for this adventure because pretty soon I'm going to have to figure out what the cover looks like.